In this video, we'll see about how to use the control statement in ABAP program. In real-time scenario, most of the case, we have to compare the conditions, and based on the conditions, we have to write some logic. So in that case, we can make use of control statement. So we'll see two type of control statement in this. One is how to use the if, else condition types, else, and second we'll see how to use the case and end case concepts. Both we'll see, and we'll also observe the difference in that. So let's create a program. Go to SU38 with the program name as z ud underscore, let's say control syntax. Click on create. Let's say control syntax as usual program, save, local objects. So here I will be creating one selection screen parameter, and based on the value which is entered on the selection screen, I will show how to write the if else statement. So how to create a selection screen parameter? So what is selection screen? Just open any code, let's say MMVE. So this is called a selection screen. And if on the selection screen, if you see any single field, here we cannot have the range like plant. If you see the plant, we have here from and to ID, and also it is giving option for the multiple selections. So this is called a select option. If you want this type of functionality, this type of screen, you have to use select options. And if you want only single field, then we have to use parameter. So here I will create a parameter on the selection screen. Parameters, let's say p underscore integer type I. I'm taking one integer value of type I. The length of this parameter can be up to 8 character maximum. We can have maximum 8 character. Just activate effect. So you can see selection screen parameter here. Now if you want to assign some text here, like here we can see as a material plant like that, then here go to text element, here let's say input value, go back. Now here I will write start of selection and end of selection. So first we will see about the if else if condition. So how to write the if else if condition? Here simply I will compare the value of this parameter. Let's say if p underscore int is greater than 10, then simply write value of the input field is greater than 10, comma, okay, give a color here. We'll assign some color, let's say color 5, and after comma I am writing the p integer, the integer. So what I am doing here, I am comparing the which value user enter. If it is greater than 10, then write this statement. Second, else if p underscore int, let's say I am checking if it is between 5 and 10, then I will write here value of the input field is between 5 to 10. Okay, this time I use some other color, let's say 3, and else and if. We can add n number of if else if type. Okay, then I will write here, write value of the input field is less than 5. Okay, let's say color this time 7 and print the p underscore input value. So what system will do, whenever we execute the program, our system will check the first if condition. If the value is greater than 10, then the system will print this value, and after printing this, it will come out of this if statement, because this if statement is successfully satisfied. Now in case the value is not greater than 10, system will come into this else if block. There can be any number of else if block, and it will check if the value is between 5 and 10, it will print this value. So if both the conditions are fail, then by default for any value, system will print the else record. So the execution starts from the first if, then else if, and now the condition satisfied, it will print the else part. Alright, this is activated. Now let's execute. So I am entering the value as, let's say 7. So if I enter 7, it is showing as the value of the input field is between 5 to 10, because I enter as 7. Even if I enter 5, it will print the same, because still this value is between 5 to 10. Now if I enter 11, now you can see the value of the input field is greater than 10, because I enter as the 11. And if I enter as 3, executes, now you can see the value of the input field is less than 5, that is the value is 3. So in this way we can use the if else if control statement. Now let's see what is about the second one, that is the case concepts. In case of case, we have to write syntax like this. Right here, case p underscore input. Here system will check what is the value of this variable. The main difference between if else and the case statement is that we cannot write the logic, we cannot write the logical statement for the case and case concepts. Like here we can compare, we can write the logic based on requirement. But if you want to use the case statement, we cannot write the logic. It will simply compare directly the value of this field, and accordingly it will print. Let's say case p underscore input. So when it is, let's say 10, it will print the value, will print as value of the input field is 10. Okay, now when let's say it is 5, so we'll write the value of the input field is equal to is 5. Now if none of the conditions are satisfied, then we have to write like this, when others. Like here we have else, like that in the case and case we have to print others. The value of the input field is not 5 and 10. Okay, and then finally we have to close this by writing a end case syntax, writing a end case. And let's add here, let's say skip 3 lines. Let's print a U line here. Set, check and activate. So main difference between the if and if else control statement and the case is that we cannot write any logical statement when using the case and case concepts. And one method is like, if you have, let's say, a chain of else if statement, and if the first condition fail, system goes for checking the second. If second fail, it goes to third. Like this, if you have 50 if else statement, it will check all the condition one by one. But in case of case statement, let's say you have 50 number of cases. Here system jumps directly to the respective case. Okay, we'll understand after in debugging. So let's first execute this one. If it is 10, the value is 10. If it is 5, value is 5. Otherwise this one. Let's execute. So first time I'm entering as 11. So you can see the if you can see in the if else statement, it is print the value is greater than field value is more than 10. And for the case and case, it's printed the value of the input field is not 5, not 10. It is 11. Now let me enter exact 5. Execute. You can see the value of the input field is 5, and for the if else it is between 5 to 10. Okay, so like this we can use if else if and the case and case control statement in our program. This is very helpful for the in almost all the program. At least we use if else if or case statement we might require. So in this way we're done with the session, that is control statement in SAP ABAP program. Thank you.